Mr. McLoud,
Contempt for what?
Mr. McLoud, two things are going to happen. You're going to answer my question, or you're going to jail for summary contempt for not complying with the court's request. Do you, Mr. McLeod, understand that the maximum penalty for the charge against you is 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
I don't understand.
This hearing is pure chaos from start to finish. Mr. McLoud is charged with assaulting a police officer, and he tries to argue that the court has no authority over him, pulling the classic sovereign citizen card. He interrupts, yells, and spouts off fake legal terms, but the judge shuts him down every single time. This one gets very, very heated, and by the end, the judge has no choice but to put him in a jail cell for the night. This hearing is both frustrating and hilarious to watch. I mean, this guy is so confident in his nonsense, and then he just gets completely dismantled by the legal system. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. Let's go ahead and dive right in.
You understand your right to a lawyer, including a court-appointed lawyer?
I understand that.
Okay. And do you wish to represent yourself instead of having an attorney?
Yeah, I'm here by special appearance, and I will be representing myself.
Okay. I'm required by law before I accept that waiver to do a couple things. One, advise you of the maximum penalties that you could face for the charges that you're in my court for. Resisting, obstructing conservation officers is a high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years in prison and or $1,000 fine. There's a habitual offender second notice that's been filed by the prosecutor, which would make that a felony punishable by up to 3 years and or $1,000 fine. And marine safety operating while intoxicated is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days and or $100 to $500 fine. Do you understand the maximum penalty for the charges against you?
Pay attention to how calm this judge stays here. He really tries to give Mr. McLoud a chance despite all the interruptions and nonsense. It's honestly almost impressive how much patience the judge shows while Mr. McLoud keeps pretending not to understand basic legal concepts. Let me know in the comments if you guys think this guy is actually crazy or if he's just putting on an act to avoid taking responsibility.
Do you understand the maximum penalty that I just explained to you?
No,
Hold on, I can't let you represent yourself until I establish a couple things.
Well, I need to establish a couple things too, honestly.
Hold on, well, I can't let you represent yourself until I establish a couple things or I'm going to be in trouble. Okay. Do you understand that the maximum penalty that you could face for the charges that you're here for is up to 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
I don't understand the nature and cause of the action against me. So
what is it that you don't understand? Do you not understand how long 3 years is or how much the fine is that I've articulated? Can you tell me what it is you don't understand?
The nature and cause of the action against me because we don't establish jurisdiction.
That's not what I'm asking you right now. Well, I'll let you place whatever objections you want on the record, Mr. McLeod. I promise you that. Okay. Can we just go one step at a time? So do you understand the maximum penalty that you could face if you're convicted as charged? 3 years in prison or $1,000 fine?
Well, I have another question because the statutory jurisdiction doesn't exist under the Constitution. So in order for me to tell you to defend myself, could you please tell me where the published rules of conduct are for criminal statutory jurisdiction, or where I can find the nature and cause of this jurisdiction, or how this information exists?
No, I don't even understand what you're asking. So
you're saying this is a statutory jurisdiction under what? The statutes of Michigan, correct?
Mr. McLeod, I've told you what my jurisdiction is.
General jurisdiction.
The people of the state of Michigan voted to convene a constitutional convention in 1961.
Sure.
There was a constitutional convention in 1961 and 1962. They proposed a state constitution. The voters of the state of Michigan ratified that in 1963. Article 6 establishes the judicial power. And the circuit court is a court under that judicial power of Article 6 of the state constitution. And so you're here in my court. I have subject matter jurisdiction over those crimes. I have personal jurisdiction over you because you've been alleged to have committed them in our county. That's my jurisdiction. So Mr. McLeod, you want to represent yourself? Do you understand the maximum penalty that you could face of 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
One second.
I can see why his attorney withdrew. Oh, shit.
Hang on, someone in the prosecutor's office is not muted. I'm going to remove you from the meeting at this time.
Oh,
Prosecutor's office is generally allowed to attend to observe. They've participated. I'm removing them.
The hearing, honestly, she's not wrong at all. This was such a raw, unfiltered moment, and you can't help but laugh. I don't even know how the judge didn't. Seriously, how does that even happen in a courtroom? Maybe she was just an older lady or got caught up in the absurdity of this case, but either way, it perfectly sums up what everyone in the room was thinking about Mr. McLoud. And if we're being real, it totally makes sense why his attorney withdrew. He's just sitting there flipping through his little pile of papers, looking for some made-up law to magically get him off the hook, genuinely believing he's about to pull off the legal equivalent of a rabbit out of a hat. Meanwhile, the judge, prosecutor, and everyone else already know how this is going to end, but Mr. McLoud keeps at it, acting like he's cracked the code of the legal system while really digging himself deeper. You have to wonder what sovereign citizens actually think is going to happen. Do they really expect the judge to suddenly say, "You're right, case dismissed"? It's like watching someone try to win a game they clearly don't understand. By the end, the prosecutor's little comment feels like the cherry on top, because honestly, anyone in her position would be thinking the exact same thing. What's even crazier is how committed these sovereign citizens are to their nonsense, like Mr. McLoud shuffling through papers and quoting fake laws. It's extremely entertaining, and this guy is absolutely delusional, but let's go ahead and dive back in.
Mr. McLeod, do you understand the maximum penalty that you could face?
1 second. Okay, so when enforcement of mere statutes, judges of all courts do not act judicially and are thus are not protected and qualified by limited immunity. That's Owen versus the city. I just want to state a few things for the record since you're claiming this is a jurisdiction under statutory law.
Hang on. Mr. McLeod, can we back it? Look at me for a second. Can we talk here?
I challenge subject matter jurisdiction and nothing can go forward until that's addressed. You're saying
I did address it and I denied your objection. I have subject matter jurisdiction.
Doesn't exist under the Constitution.
Your objection is noted. Okay. So, Mr. McLeod, do you understand? Let me explain to you.
Sure.
Sometimes, as I said, people might want to represent themselves, but let's say they have limited intellectual capacity and they don't understand what's.
You can really tell the judge is just done with this guy's nonsense at this point. It's not even savage, it's just straight up facts. I mean, you've got this guy fumbling through papers, quoting made-up laws, and the judge is just over here calmly roasting him in the most professional way possible. You've got to respect it, he's calling it exactly how it is without even breaking a sweat. Moments like this really remind you why judges are the ultimate authority in the room.
Establish that they know what's going on before I can allow them to represent themselves. I'm required to establish, do you comprehend, do you know the maximum penalty that you could face if you're convicted as a result of this charge? 3 years in prison or $1,000 fine. Do you understand that, Mr. McLeod?
So I'd like to state for the record that
Mr. McLeod, stop.
The court can be.
Stop, Mr. McLeod. If you don't understand it, I'm going to revoke your right to represent yourself and have an attorney represent you because I can't establish that you know what you're doing. So do you know the maximum penalty that you would face?
Your Honor, I've challenged this court's jurisdiction. You haven't established it yet. You said you have a statutory jurisdiction which doesn't exist under the Constitution. I'm trying to figure out where I stand with this. So I can't answer any of your questions until you answer some of mine.
That's not how it works. Are you refusing to answer my question?
No, I'm
Then answer it. Do you understand the maximum penalty that you face for this charge?
So judges who become involved in enforcement of
Mr.
your
McLeod,
statutes.
I have other matters. Mr. McLeod,
Involved agency. What's that?
you know, I understand you want to object to things and you're going to be allowed to object to things. Okay.
Sure.
But we have to do things one step at a time. And I do have other cases today. I'm not going to entertain this for like a whole hour. I've got other cases going on. If you want to dig in your heels and just make this real complicated or real difficult, we could do that. And I can hold you in contempt and you'll go back to a jail cell for a while.
Your Honor, I don't wish to be held in contempt. I just wish to exercise my Sixth Amendment right.
That's fine.
And
So before I can let you under,
I can cite laws that will show you that the exercise of a right can be converted into a crime. I'm trying to understand the nature and cause of the action against me. You're not clarifying enough to where I can comprehend, as you say.
Do you comprehend the maximum penalty that you would face?
I'm not answering any of those questions until you establish that this is a court of the Constitution, has jurisdiction under these jurisdictions.
I established it. I told you. You might think I'm wrong and you can appeal.
There's no
to the
such
Michigan
thing as
Court
a
of Appeals.
statutory jurisdiction.
Mr. McLeod, let me make this simple for you. Do you ever watch, let me make this simple for you.
Sure.
I'm going to ask you this question one more time. One more time.
Okay.
Two things are going to happen. You are either going to answer my question or I'm going to hold you summarily in contempt. And the court officer will bring you to a jail cell and we'll talk about it tomorrow. You understand that?
So,
Mr. McLeod,
contempt for what?
Mr. McLeod, two things are going to happen. You're going to answer my question or you're going to jail for summary contempt for not complying with the court's request. Do you, Mr. McLeod, understand that the maximum penalty for the charge against you is 3 years in prison and or $1,000 fine?
I don't understand the charges. I
Mr.
don't
McLeod is in
accept the
contempt
charges.
court taken into custody.
Really? That's it. Protecting my rights is what it said last time I said it.
Fucking joke.
This isn't true. You guys are
Follow
following
unconstitutional
You're following
orders.
unlawful orders. It's not
Not a
constitutional
good
at all.
thing.
Mr. McLeod's in contempt. He's sentenced to 1 day. Mr. McLeod, your sentence is 1 day in jail. We'll reconvene tomorrow and get you
This is about
notice.
the Constitution. I did nothing wrong except to question and exercise my rights.
This guy is honestly such a joke. Watching him try to play lawyer when he clearly has no idea what he's doing is really embarrassing. I don't know why he didn't just get an attorney. It's not only common sense, it's a right. You can literally get a free attorney under the Sixth Amendment, and if he can't afford one, which doesn't seem to be the case, considering those nice sunglasses he's wearing, he's instead fumbling through papers and spouting nonsense that holds zero weight in a real courtroom. You can see the judge trying to give him a chance at the beginning, being patient and explaining things slowly, but even the most patient judge can only take so much before shutting it down. The wildest part is how confident he looks while making a complete fool of himself, acting like he's about to crack some secret legal code. When the law is clear, you just answer a real question like yes or no. And he's in here for assaulting a police officer, a serious charge often classified as a felony, which I'm guessing it is since he's looking at 3 years. Instead of addressing the charge, negotiating a plea, or presenting a defense, he's just wasting the judge's time and his own, even adding an extra day in jail. The judge points out that none of what he's saying applies, taking a mental note, but McLoud seems to live in his own world, convinced he's making progress. As entertaining as it is, there's a sad side too. He's clearly not mentally stable. Sovereign citizens often believe they're exempt from the law because of made-up legal theories, but courts have rejected this for decades. Cases dating back to the 1990s show similar arguments thrown out, and judges are legally obligated to uphold the law, not someone's personal interpretation. This guy is just digging himself deeper. A felony conviction for assault could mean losing basic rights like voting or owning a firearm, and he's looking at prison time on top of that. That wraps up my breakdown. If you enjoyed this clip, let me